Let's build a RAG application in Google Collab. But in Google Collab, you need to understand some parameters. You can change the runtime here. If you want to use CPU or GPU or TPU, you can choose the hardware here, and the programming language which you want, you can choose, and latest. As I'm keeping Python 3 CPU as it is and save it. And then what you have to do, you have to connect to the hosted runtime. Then you will get the environment and then you can start working on it. And something you need to understand here, where your all secrets will be stored, you have to provide your API keys, and then how to get that API keys will be here, and then all the folder structure will be here. So then let's start with coding. Yeah, before going anything, you need to understand which version of Python using. And as I'm mentioning, for this course, right, you require basic Python language. And this accelerometer used for Google Collab install or Python install to install the libraries. Okay, now we are using Python 3.12.12. Okay, then how we can build this application? How we can orchestrate all the stuffs present here? So for that, we are using LangChain and LangGraph. Then you will ask, why LangChain and LangGraph? Why not others? Yeah, for that I have did a detailed benchmarking based on the project production readiness, depth of control. Like example, you cannot use whatever it is present. You can go inside that and you can control about that. And scalability, then workflow orchestration, and state memory control, and agent building capability. This is very important also. Failure handling and retries, observability and debugging, and runtime override and better. So there are top 5 I have listed down here. So you can use AutoGen from a Microsoft. There are two versions. One is open source and one is like paid one. So AutoGen, where you can drag and drop all these vector databases and all, but it is like just user friendly you will do. But if you want to change inside anything and if you want to take a control of it, no, you don't have a chance in that. So that's why if you want to make a quick demo and all, whatever the present there, then you can use it for POCs. Then you have the haystack, where you can use for enterprise QA search. Llama index, mainly used for RAG and all heavy applications. But I want to use like it as a agent and build multi agents. I want to build from a scratch, I have a control over all it, because I don't want that agent to control over my application. I want to build it. Then I have used LangChain and LangGraph. So where you can build complex production agents. So that's why we are using the LangChain and LangGraph for building the Gen AI applications. So then we will install a LangGraph, LangChain core and LangChain community. What LangChain earlier started the core, some extra information or libraries were built with respect to a community. That's why we need LangChain community also, and LangChain Grok for using the Grok LLM. Okay. Then I have given -q. It is in a quiet mode, so it won't give the extra steps whichever required. Let's install it. Yes. And last, we don't, for going the next line you have to use this, otherwise you don't need to use it. Yeah, we will wait for them to get installed. Okay. Then we will, what we will install? We will install the other requirement for RAG. These are mainly for RAG. Yeah, you got here the dependencies. This error you are getting. Errors and dependency solvers, you have to solve it. Okay. Then what we will install? We will install PyMilvus. Then what is Milvus? Okay. Once you got a embeddings, right, vectors, so where you will store? In a database, right? So what are the top 5 database? What is the benchmarking categories and which will win and which we are going to use? And you will see as a production level, right, we are thinking about deployment type also, not like only in your PC, it is also should be hosted in the cloud. And index type means, as I mentioned, it is a vector database, and there is your query is there, then it will do only vector multiplication and give top 2, I said, right? That is just a basic for you to understand. But for indexing, searching and all, we have algorithms HNSW, IVF, PQ, and based on that, even ANN is there, disk ANN is also there. So based on the index type, I have put it a benchmark. I don't want to explain this because if you want to explain this, it will take one session to explain entire thing. But just I am doing the benchmark with respect to these criteria and which is winning this. And even like you have this per node and recall, max scale, filter, RAM and complexity, best use case, large scale production rag, filter heavy rags. Yeah, in my previous project I have used a quadrant, okay, where I needed a filter, like example for a Jira case you need a filters, not the semantic understanding. Along with that you need a filters also, then you will use a quadrant. Otherwise, as if you considering all these parameters, I would go for a Milvus. What is Milvus? Milvus is a vector database that we are using in our application. After 2 continuous days, I have able to solve this dependency solver. So I am cleaning whichever are already installed, and again core stack what all are required for building a agent, LangGraph, LangChain, and Tavily is for making your web agent, deep search, and DuckDuckGo search for again web search, ARXV research papers, Wikipedia for getting Wikipedias, request for requesting HTTPS, and Tavily Python. And then for RAG mainly, we know what is Milvus. Milvus is a vector database. And similarly, we have a knowledge database, that is Neo4j, which is used in CAG. And then transformer, sentence transformer, why we you use this Almin. I had given example now, Almin v6, where if we provide the text, it should provide me the embeddings. And similarly, we will use PyPDF to get our internal document I have showed, right? That PDF document I need to get in a text format. So that's why I use PyPDF and PyMU PDFs. Okay. Finally, we have set up all the dependencies required for our project. Now we will check importing those libraries and do we face any error or not. Now what we will do, we will try to import all the libraries which we required from the tools and even from core messages and chat grok. I will explain whenever it comes, I will explain in detail. But now what we will do, we will import and check whether all are present and all. And you are wondered how these emojis you are getting. So in Windows, what you can do, right? You can click Windows plus dot. So if you do that, then what will happen? So you will get the emojis. So you can add the emojis to make it look better. Okay. So now let us run this and check whether all the required libraries are installed or not. So this is much required because later you go inside and try to import something and which doesn't have the requirement. Then you again try to solve the Python dependency solvers like libraries. Again it will take again a lot of time. For which version of library it is there, for which version you have to use, it will take a lot of time. That's already a best already it is a best approach to test it in the starting. Okay. How we are learning RAG? First we will understand what is this PDF content. So which I had given in an example, pain medicine guide. So I have created a 3 page exactly similar to that. So which will have a definition and types and medicine names and types and pain scale also in the first page. And in the second page you will have how to take a medicine and when to take the medicine and the risk rules, safety rules, sorry, don't take a then frequently asked questions. So I have given also created a document. So this document what we have to do, it has a 4 pages. This we have to upload to Google Collab file. Here there is an option to upload. So you can click here and here pain medicine guide and you can open and this will be saved in runtime. Whenever you restart the session again you have to upload every time. Okay, you just need to remember it. So as that is the first step, we will write first importing OS and PDF path. Always it will be in Google Collab. It will be from the content and then pain medicine guide PDF. Okay. So if it is not exist, what we have to use? We have to use, instead of clicking button, we can use the files upload. So you can upload in this the shell output only. So I will show you. If you run this now, it is saying already it is present, right? So what I will do, I will go and delete the file. Okay. Then I will try to run it again. So here it will give the option to choose a file, and then you can choose and it will get uploaded. Okay, now you have uploaded the PDF page.